beautiful people, you're welcome to Otis Culture. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing us on how to make front twisted turban cap. It is very easy to make. Before we continue, I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you all. And if you're yet to subscribe, all you need to do is to click on the red button down below to subscribe, and also click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. So without further ado, let's move right to the tutorial. You will be needing a stretching material for today's tutorial. The material that I'm using is satin fabric and it is stretchy, as you can see. The measurements that I have are my head circumference by 10.5 inches. My head circumference is 23 plus 1 inch is 24 inches. So the measurement that I have here is 24 inches by 10.5 inches. I have the same measurement on this other fabric as well, 24 inches by 10.5 inches. Whatever your head circumference is, just add 1 inch to it. That 1 inch is for sewing allowance. Your head circumference plus 1 inch. I have 10.5 inches. Head circumference plus 1 inch. I have 10.5 inches. This is the positive side of the fabric. This is the positive side of the fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold it into two. Then I'll take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew half an inch straight down. On this other side as well, I'm going to sew half an inch straight down. After sewing it, I'll bring it and show us the next steps to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. So the next thing to do is to turn it to the positive side. You will make sure that the seam is facing up, just like this. So the next thing to do is for us to find the midpoint. You will fold it into two. And mark the midpoints. You will do the same thing at this other side as well. Fold it into two. You put your finger at this side to indicate the midpoints. Then, with my needle and thread, I'm going to sew a loose stitch from this piece to the other one, just like this. The next thing to do is to pull it. Next thing to do is for us to cross the pieces together. So this is how we are going to cross it. Please watch it carefully. I'm going to cross over like this. Then I'll take this and cross like this as well. Let me take it again. This is how it looked like. So what I'm going to do, I'll pick this, I'll cross it to this side. I'll pick this, then I'll cross it to the side. Next thing to do is to join these two together. I'll pin it. This other side as well. You pin it. I'll take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew 1/2 inch and stop here. I'll start from this other side. I'm going to sew 1/2 inch and stop here. After sewing, I'll show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. I've sewn 1/2 inch on this side and on this other side. So the next thing to do is for us to take our thread out. You will look from the north where you tie from the beginning. This is where I started from the beginning. I'm going to cut out the knot. Then I'll pull the rope out. Then the next thing to do, we still have this side and this side unsewn. So I'm going to also pin this other side. I'm going to leave this place unsewn. This is going to be where the edge circumference will be. So I'm going to also pin this together. Then I'll take to my sewing machine and sew a straight stitch and stop at this place. So I'll take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew a straight stitch down from here to this place. I've sewn it, as you can see, 1 2 3. Then the next thing to do, you will fold the cap into 2 like this. Then I'm going to sew loose stitches. Remember the 1 inch that we added to our edge circumference. I'm going to sew loose stitch. I'll sew loose stitch from here to this point. I'm sewing the 1-inch seam allowance that we left on it. I'm going to sew it back once again to secure it properly. Then I'm going to tie the knot. Then we are done. The next thing to do is to turn it to the positive side. This is the final outcome of today's tutorial. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. Also remember to click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Let me show us the back view of this turban. As you can see, it is very simple and very easy to make. Until I come your way next, please stay safe and remain blessed. Bye.